And here we are again today. Welcome to my home, my kitchen, and my heart. This is Fast Where the Flavor's At. We're gonna make something that most people kind of just don't put a lot of thought into. I mean, it has become an important element to any type of cooking day where pasta and red sauce especially is involved. And it's the very simple but often overlooked importance of garlic bread. A lot of you probably go out and you either buy the store bought, ready to go, just throw in the oven, the broiler, what have you, and heat it up, cut it up, and serve it. Some of you may actually make it yourself and spread open some bread, butter it, and sprinkle some garlic powder or something like that. And that's all fine and all well and good. We want to elevate our garlic bread. We're going to make garlic bread so important that it's almost the bigger star than the pasta dish itself. And we're going to make it incredibly decadent. And we've actually coined the phrase, and my wife gets the credit for that. We're calling it the 5-napkin garlic bread. And what that means is you need to dab your chin after every single bite. And if you don't have to, then we did something wrong. So it starts with making a great garlic butter. And how do I do that? I start with whole heads of garlic. Just lay them out evenly on a piece of foil. I sprinkle a little olive oil on top. I take a little salt, and I do a little bit of that. And then I sort of wrap it up gently, leave it open. I've got my oven preheated at 275. Just kind of create a nice little basket, and it's as simple as that. Garlic goes into the oven, preheated, ready to go, and I just completely forget about it for a couple of hours. 2-3 hours, 3 hours is usually about just perfect. And that garlic is roasting inside its husk. It's getting nice and soft, and so what happens after the 3 or so hours, not that one, this one. You get these wonderful pieces of garlic. Hopefully you guys could see that. And what's nice about doing it this way is, once you've got it like that, you can just easily peel these off, and the cloves of garlic come out very simply. You just literally squeeze them right out and onto the parchment paper. Once you've done that, I've got my little handy-dandy mixer. This simple little toy that I absolutely love. I got out of a Cracker Jacks box. I use it for practically everything. I've got the KitchenAids, I got all the fancy ones, but I love this little guy so much. It's adorable. All right, so I've got all the garlic off the paper, except for that one little piece. There you go. Got a couple that fell off the side. Come here, you. Oh, that's got a little, there we go. All right, so we got that in there. Just rinse my hands off a bit. Okay. Then what I do here is I put in another little drizzle of olive oil. I put in a little bit more salt. I put on my handy-dandy lid. This thing's already plugged in. And I just churn and churn until it creates a nice paste. All right, and what you get again, once you've done, is you just got this beautiful, rich paste of garlic, just pure garlic flavor because it's roasted. It doesn't have any of the harshness that raw garlic has, but still has all its wonderful garlic flavor. I'm not going to need obey for this dish. Once I've got that made, I get a little bowl. I throw in 2 sticks of butter. I've let this sit out so it's room temperature and easy to work with. Since the garlic is already salted, I don't need to really season. I take a spoon, I've got this right here. I get a couple of spoonfuls of the garlic, and I throw it right in there with the butter. And you can put as much of this in here as you'd like. I'll get a fork, and I'll just gently mash this in and just kind of create a very garlicky butter. So there we've got a nice, wonderful garlic butter that you could use for anything. You can use it for garlic bread. You can, if you like grilled cheese with a garlicky flavor, you could do that. You can use it for sauces to sort of finish off a nice sauce with it. Garlic butter, always nice to have. So that's ready. So let's do that. I take a ciabatta loaf. Now you can use a lot of different breads. I like ciabatta, and what I'll typically do is I will cut its head off. And what I like about this is it creates a nice sort of boat of beautiful, airy, doughy bread. But also holds up nicely. It's got a nice firm crust. You'll see it crisp up on the sides. This I'll save for a sandwich on another day. Just did a nice mortadella with that, with melted provolone and tomatoes. All right. Now you become Rembrandt, Picasso. Name your artist. You just take your paintbrush and generously, and I mean generously, spread your garlic butter. You almost want you want to be able to see like a level of garlic butter on top. You don't want it completely flush to the edge. You want to see about 1/8 of an inch of garlic butter. Like frosting a cake, a perfect analogy, exactly. And all this wonderful garlicky butter will just gently melt into that wonderful, airy ciabatta bread. Any more? Is this enough? Say a little bit more? A little bit more. You let me know when I go too far, if there is such a place when it comes to something like this. All right. Now, we don't stop there. We got to have some grated cheese. So I've got some grated Parmigiano Reggiano here. Another level of decadence. And again, generous, always generous. Be generous of heart, be generous of butter, be generous of cheese. That's going to be my new slogan on my t-shirts. All right. And then you make it healthy by adding a little bit of fresh herb. It's a little dried basil and flat leaf parsley we keep in the house at all times. That's from the garden. Boom. Take a nice piece of parchment-lined sheet pan. Lay it on there. Now this we can't burn. Into the broiler it goes. Set it at medium setting, anything you want, depending on how able you are to keep an eye on. And we're going to let that cook. But that'll cook until the butter has melted through, the edges get nice and crispy. All right, I got my Sunday gravy going here with some sausage and pork. I'm going to throw that in here. I'm gonna. Get all my pasta nicely sauced. Come back shortly. I'll have this plated up, and we'll be able to slice our garlic bread and pass it around. See you in a little bit. All right, let's take a look, see how we're looking here. Oh. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice little bubble on top between the cheese and the butter and the garlic. A little crispness on the edges here. Also very, very important to our 5 napkin garlic bread. Now, I'm going to watch you guys eat this. If I don't see a picture for your napkin, I'm going to have to start all over again. There we go. See, there's hardly anything on the parchment paper as far as the butter. It's all in that bread. And that's what makes this such an absolute joy to make. All right. Now let's see how we do cutting into this mother. All right, so again, see the kind of getting into the bread part. Right. Oh, almost. All right, ladies, man.
Just loaded.
You can certainly just have a nice simple piece of garlic bread, or you can have a really nice piece of garlic bread. I think, for what it's worth, if you're gonna put all your love into your sauce and your pasta and whatever entree dish you're making that you're gonna complement with garlic bread, let the level and the love you put into your garlic bread stand toe-to-toe and rival and stand with whatever plate you're fixing. So, rigatoni with Sunday pork gravy and 5 napkin garlic bread. That's what I want to see. Everybody's got the napkins up?
Yeah.
All right, and guess what? That wraps up another day and a wonderful, wonderful afternoon of enjoying time with you guys and telling stories. And God bless you all. See you next time. That's where the flavor's at, guys, right?
Where the flavor's at.
Oh, I love the name of my show. That's where the flavor's at. See you next time. Ciao.
Cheers.